Notice your body, your breath, and notice your response to those words. In order to really belong, we really just need to show up as ourselves. And the first level of this, I think, is to show up to ourselves as ourselves. And as we get more comfortable with that, then we have more possibilities about connecting with other people in that way. And so, as you're tuning in to your body and your breath, your energy, your thoughts, that's the first step is to notice. What is it that I feel like? Is my window of tolerance wide enough right in this moment that I could let all of that in? Notice your body. And let's start there by relaxing our body, but also by noticing our body. Whatever is happening in our body will often give us a lot of information about what's happening in the rest of our system. So, some of that information is long term. If we have the shoulders up around our ears, or if we have our teeth clenched, that's something that often carries over from years, decades of stress. So, it's not always current information. But we get to know ourselves, our patterns, our habits in such a deep way just by tuning in over and over and over. I'm getting to know myself. I'm getting to see. Notice your forehead and eyebrows, your eyes, the deep muscles of the eyes, your eyelids, the corners of your eyes. Notice your mouth and jaw. Relax the hinges of your jaw, your throat, your neck. And notice if this is familiar ground. Notice also that there will be thoughts that are also here. Notice your neck, your shoulders, the upper back. If there's a shield of protectiveness, of hardness there, see if you could let that soften. And notice all of the muscles that cover the rib cage, the front, the back, the sides. And notice what it is protecting. Physically, it protects the heart and lungs. It's also where our heart center is located. And as you come down below the diaphragm at the lower ribs, you come down into the stomach, the navel center, lower belly, lower back. Notice what's there. And this also tells us information about the past that might be still present here now. Fear, anxiety is often held in the gut, along with our gut sense, that intuition of the gut. We don't have to change who we are. We have to be who we are when we show up authentically. And if we show up authentically, that's the best opportunity we have to connect. So expand the area that you're paying attention to include your whole body, your arms, your legs, your ears, your fingers and toes. And notice what your felt sense is right now of your being, of your connection with your body. What's your experience right now? Do you feel connected? Do you feel like your mind is really distracting you? Are you quiet and kind of sleepy? What's going on right now? Many people have the experience, especially early in this healing trauma journey, of not really feeling like we have a body that we live in. It's like this thing that carries our head around. So notice if your experience in your body and paying attention to the forehead, the neck and shoulders, your gut, your heart, if that feels like there's an ease there, a familiarity. And let's look at this word belonging. Just notice what comes to mind around that. And as it relates to ourselves and our body in particular, what's your sense of belonging in terms of your body? And we can just sit with that. Notice the breath, notice the energy. Notice if there's anything that doesn't belong. Just do a scan head to toes. What belongs here and what doesn't. And if it feels like there's something that's out of place, then have a look at that. Just kind of hone in with your attention on that. And is there anything that you would like to change in terms of authentically showing up as ourselves? We don't need to change who we are, we need to be who we are. So, we're not talking about the kind of change that I'd like to exercise more, or I'd like to be kinder, or anything like that. Those kinds of intentions or aspirations for healing. Not really talking about that. We're talking about, is there something kind of fundamentally wrong that I need to get rid of in order to be okay or safe to be who I am? And that could be something in your body, it could be an energy, it could be a belief, core deficiency belief, maybe. And not to get too heavy about it, just to sit with that for a couple of minutes. If there's something that I feel really doesn't belong here, if there's something I feel I have to get rid of before I'd be okay, notice if you could just sit with that for a minute or maybe practice including it. You could look at the words, look at any images that might be here. And to make space for that, one way might be to just notice, wow, there's something inside of me or part of me that I still feel is really not okay. And could I have compassion and kindness for myself that that's here? That's an experience that I'm having, a belief I'm having. It's a felt sense of something really wrong. Could I hold that in compassion? Notice your breath, notice your body, stay grounded. What does your heart know about this? The heart of love and compassion and kindness, deep wisdom. Could you hold whatever's happening in your heart center? Hold yourself in your heart center in your own compassion. I've had these experiences in my life that have led me to this felt sense that there's something wrong that doesn't belong. And now I'm holding that, being present with that in my heart. And the brain and the head might be arguing or presenting some counter facts, but we're not really so much interested right now in that. Just continue to notice in my heart. Just for a few minutes, I'm going to hold everything. This compassionate presence. All my experience belongs, and I belong. I know that to be true in every cell of my body. And if you don't quite have that certainty yet, notice if there's a possibility. Is it possible that that's true? That I could belong completely? That at least within myself, I could hold all of myself with compassion and kindness and trust. Notice your breath. Notice the energy field of your body. Notice your heart center. Keep yourself kind of very present in your heart center. Notice how your stomach area moves as you breathe, that softening as you breathe out, that nurturing and nourishing as we breathe in the new air, the nutrients we need. In the movie Avatar, they say to each other, I see you, as a greeting. So to yourself, could you say that, I see you? And as we do these practices, our capacity to really see and be present and kind with ourselves continues to expand. And we're more and more able to be who we are and express who we are, and to live without that anxiety of having to change in order to be acceptable or to belong. Just for another few seconds, tuning into that. I see you. And notice what came up for you during the inquiry. If there was anything that was a little bit sticky, it would be great to do some more inquiry around that, to come back to that. And also just to come back to this sense of seeing ourselves from the heart center, not just from the thinking brain, the thinking mind. And the richness that unfolds in our life as we really see ourselves and hold ourselves in kindness and compassion. And when you're ready, open your eyes.